2025 has been a year of belt tightening. Almost every department in the city of Houston saw its funding shrink. Do more with less was that message. We wanted to know how city council members spent your tax dollars while asking others to cut back. To Investigate's Amy Davis analyzed more than 30 months of council members' credit card statements to show you what the biggest spenders are buying.
Free turkeys for families in A-Leaf. A much-needed gift at the end of a rough year.
We are a little bit behind on rent. We had to only pay half because we still had to purchase food.
And no family should have to worry about a holiday meal, and certainly not on the west side.
Councilmember Tiffany Thomas spread the word about this turkey drive she helped organize for District F. But she wasn't as eager to talk with 2 Investigates about charges she racked up on her city-issued credit card. $45,981 in 2024, more than any other council member, and she's leading the pack in 25 as well. So what's she buying? 25% of her charges paid for travel, 10 flights in 2024 and 6 between January and July of this year. D.C., Tampa, Cleveland, New Orleans, Mexico City, and we noticed this charge for a flight to the Bahamas and a stay at the Atlantis Bahamas Resort in July. Thomas told me she canceled the trip because Hurricane Beryl hit days earlier. She didn't want to leave Houston while most of her district was still in the dark. But what city business did Thomas have in the Bahamas? By phone, she told me she was asked to speak at a conference, but she couldn't remember who was hosting it. This helped jog her memory. Prairie View A&M held its 46th annual alumni convention at the Atlantis Bahamas Resort. Thomas teaches at Prairie View. And when she wasn't flying, she was smiling. City purchase card statements show Councilmember Thomas paid Dotson Photography 38 times from 23 through 25. This year, she paid another photographer $1,600, a total of nearly $10,000 for pictures and videos. When we asked her about the charges, she emailed that she invests in photography services to ensure residents can see their tax dollars at work. Separately, her communications manager emailed, Councilmember Thomas did not travel to the Bahamas due to a natural disaster. Although the flight was booked, it was later reimbursed. At this point, we will no longer entertain additional scrutiny of line item expenses based on the unfounded perception that Councilmember Thomas lacks integrity.
This is the taxpayers' money, and they have the right to know how it's spent and why it's being spent.
Peter Kohling teaches public budgeting at the University of Houston Hobby School of Public Affairs.
Transparency, transparency, transparency. If you're going to give people flexibility in what they're spending, I think the other side of that coin is transparency.
One thing that's very clear in these credit card statements is the dramatic difference at how little some city council members spend compared to their counterparts.
But we just try to be really good stewards of our tax dollars.
District A council member Amy Peck charged just $2,699 for all of 2024.
We just try to do as much as we can with less. We ask other departments to do the same, so it's important that we do that as well.
Peck says she doesn't use tax dollars to travel, and if she needs to fly somewhere to represent her district, she uses campaign funds instead. Other council members who didn't charge any flights in 24, Councilmember Abby Kamen, Sally Alcorn, and Julian Ramirez. The most frequent flyer on City Council is District J's Edward Pollard. Half of the $32,000 he charged last year paid for travel. 12 flights to D.C., New York, Tampa, and a trip to Guatemala for himself and his chief of staff.
Sometimes you even go overseas to attract business and investment, and all of that, I think, is a reasonable expense. You know, make sure you're doing it for the right reasons, not just a junket.
Exactly. Pollard wouldn't talk with me for this story. His chief of staff told me the trip to Guatemala was approved in 23 under Mayor Sylvester Turner for travel in 24. Pollard posted pictures of the trip on social media, writing that he was developing relationships with the leadership in Guatemala. Constituents are torn.
These flights are not benefiting our community at all.
Is it illegal?
Nope.
If it's not illegal, then I don't see an issue. As long as it's not, on her personal time to go on vacations or to splurge or something like that, I wouldn't see anything wrong with it.
On click2houston.com, you can see more detail into the charges of Houston City Council members, the biggest spenders and those the most frugal with your tax dollars. I'm Amy Davis, KPRC 2 News.